So we're doing the Sydney racing preview with thanks to topsport.com.au, and I'm joined by Mark Rhoden. How are you, Mark?
Very well indeed, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, so we've got the, it's Thursday afternoon. We're recording. We've got the traditional Scone Carnival over the next 2 days, so the Friday, Saturday. But as has been the way, the provincial and country Saturday meetings are being moved into the city. So we still have a 2-day Scone Carnival. It's just that tomorrow is at Scone and Saturday's at Rosehill. Is that right?
That's correct. And the added complication, I suppose, is because of the different zones of jockeys. It's the provincial and country northern zone riders riding at the Cup meeting tomorrow and the Metro jockeys at Rosehill on Saturday. So this Friday meeting is a meeting in past years where all the good jockeys from Sydney and some from interstate would be at. But no, it's all the second tier jockeys, so there'll be a chance for them to get amongst the money.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, we might just have a look at, I guess, the better races over the 2 days. So we'll actually start with the main race on Friday, which is race 7, the Scone Cup, tomorrow afternoon. It's over the 1600. Just looking at Top Sports market. So they've got live and free, $4.40 favourite, but pretty close to the market. $4.80 is Archidemus and Phaistos. Military Zone $7.50, Chief Ironside at 12, and then the rest 14 and over. Have you had a look at this race?
Yes, I have. I think I'll probably be betting in it too. That Archidemus went up clear favourite in most places originally, and it looks like live and free is actually joining it now too. They both come through the Hawkesbury Cup a couple of weeks back. I was prepared to sort of look around that. I thought Military Zone's a great chance in this if you run 1600. It's not totally proven at 1600, but Scone is a track that will suit him with his racing style. He actually ran second in the Scone Guineas last year at the track, so he's already done it. I thought his run behind Phaistos first up was fantastic. He ran a lot better than I expected he did, and he was 3 wide all the way that day too. It was a really good first up run. His trial well since, I think he's my top pick, and I think he's over the odds. I'll certainly be on him, I would say.
Okay.
Phaistos is the other one I want to be on. Phaistos finished just in front of Military Zone when they were both first up. Phaistos has had a run since Kensington and hit the line very well. Raced very well that day in a benchmark race. I think he maps very well here and is a clear danger. I wouldn't want him getting much shorter than what he is now. It's season to 480 with Top Sport.
Yep.
It's a little bit better out there, but if that's the trend and he gets shorter than that, then I probably won't back him because he is actually I do have him second in the Military Zone.
Okay.
But if that kind of price holds up, I'd like to be on him as well. I've got Live and Free and Archidemus the next two, but as I say, I've got the market kind of the other way around to what the actual market is at the moment. I lean Military Zone and Phaistos over Live and Free and Archidemus.
Looks like we'll be having a bet.
Oh yeah, Military Zone, yes, and I'd like to be on both, but it'll be price dependent with Phaistos.
Good stuff. All right, well, that's the Scone Cup, which is tomorrow. So we'll just move over to Saturday and have a look at a few of the main races as well. We'll start with race 4, which is the $200,000. It's the English 3-year-old Guineas over the 1400. Smallish field, and Masked Crusader is $1.85 favourite with Top Sport from Dawn Passage at $3, then Rocker Clock at $6.50 and out to Bandersnatch at $8. True Detective at $13 and Air to Air, write your own ticket. How have you got the field looking? Yeah,
it's a really good race. I mean, it's only a field of 6, but it's a really good contest, I think. I've got it in much the same order. Masked Crusader won with ridiculous ease last Saturday. Tommy Berry just took charge of the race and took luck out of the equation. Off he went and was throttled down really from about the 100, 150 metre mark. So you certainly have to allow him a bit extra. Tack it onto his official margin last start. He certainly had something up his sleeve. On the back of a win like that, of course, the early market isn't going to take any risks with him at all. And that's the case. They put him up odds on. I've got him about 260, which I think that would be a backable price because it's not as if there's no opposition here. Dawn Passage was outstanding in the Hawkesbury in his last start, just sat wide and brained them really. He's drawn inside a little bit here. He's jump barrier 3 of the 6 after the stretching, so he won't be in that clear air this time. But if he's anywhere near that level of performance that he showed last time, he got a big winning chance. So Masked Crusader certainly not going to have it all his own way. And this is also the first time Masked Crusader's raced against horses with comparable ability to him, which can test the first time out. I mean, that's really the definition of class. When you can do it, go to your best when you're surrounded by horses who are about as good as you. That shows you're up to it. Rocket Clock's the other. I would have third pick. Outstanding sectionals last start when I completely missed her, unfortunately. It was a really good run. Different setup here. She'll be closer in the run with the informed G Boss on. But to be quite honest, I've got them all on or around their current prices, so it's not a betting race at this stage, but a really good race to watch, I think.
No worries. All right, we might jump across to the next listed race, which is race 6, the Luskin Star over the 1300. Graf, $3.30 favourite with Top Sport from 11.11 at 4.20. Lanciato at 5.50, Rainier at 7.50, and Trumbull at 8. So plenty of chances here. Do you see it the same way?
Yeah, got the same order. I think Graf's probably a bet. At anything above $3, he was not beaten far in the big sprint on the Hawkesbury card at this track 2 weeks ago. I mean, you look at his second up runs in his last 2 preps. He was beaten a length by, I think it was Pirata last time. Yes, it was. And the prep before that, he got beaten a length by Sunlight second up in the Newmarket. Most of his dangers here are coming out of benchmark races, Rainier, Lanciato and such, and Trumbull. And 11.11 was pretty ordinary in the Hawkesbury Guineas. He's got some good runs in his back catalogue. He was good behind Alligator Blood up the Gold Coast in January. 4.20, gee, I think that's heavily discounted in my view. Look, Graf's a horse who's found his level. He's got his right amount of weight with 59 these days, but he just comes out of better races, I think. And barrier 5 in a smallish field, he should be no further back than fairly handy midfield and get his chance. I think it's a pretty fair price, and it looks like I'll be on it.
All right, good stuff. Race 7 is the listed Denise's Joy for the 3-year-old fillies. So just looking at Top Sports Market, they've got Fitchoos into $2.60 from Way Up in the Sky at $4.80 and Aquitaine at $7.50. What about you?
Yeah, hard to disagree. I don't really like betting when they get this short. $2.60 is probably acceptable. It's shorter in places than that, and if it gets in around the 220 mark, I won't back her, but she looks too good. She was outstanding first up, just set 3 wide and dominated in the Kensington track a couple of weeks back. 54.5 she's thrown in. Some of these others, like Way Up in the Sky's got form around Rumbasaki, which is good, but it's got to give it 3.5 kilos. Aquitaine's trialling really well, drawn a bit awkwardly, but it's got some chance for sure. On Florage, I don't like. Its best ever run was on a biased track when it controlled the tempo. I don't think it's particularly well placed here. The one I thought could be the blowout at odds is number 12, Sally's Day, who sat wide and dominated in the provincial race first up. Obviously a massive step up here, but her trials before that run suggested she'd come back a better horse this time in. The first up run confirmed it. This is a step up again, but if we're going to get around 20 to 1, I think she's probably worth a small.
Yeah, 20 to 1 at the moment with Top Sport.
Yep, probably a small throw at the stumps on her, and depending on how the price holds up on Faturs, who I think is clearly the best horse here. I will say she's drawn 3 this time, so she's not going to be out in the clear air, but any luck at all in running, she gets a look at them, and she reproduces that first up run. She's going to be very hard to beat. So if that price holds up, yeah, probably a good bet on her, and Sally's Day the blowout.
No worries. All right, and race 8 we'll have a look at, which is the Group 3, the Dark Jewel Classic for the girls over the 1400. Amangiri, $4.60 favourite with Top Sport from Delectation Girl at 7, Dyslexic at 9, Sweet Scandal also at 9 and Irathea at 9.50. How have you seen this race?
Look, first thing to say, the map's a bit tricky because we've got 4 emergencies, 3 of whom have drawn inside 7, so that could change things up because there's a lot of horses here drawn wide who I imagine will be looking to go back. So there could be a lot of horses either very wide or getting a long, long way off the lead, unless that, the scratching's opening up for them in midfield positions. We'll just have to wait and see. Either way, I think Irathea is going to jump in the outside gate and go to the front. Amangiri did the right thing for us at Hawkesbury, in the Hawkesbury Cup at Rosehill on Anzac Day. Up to 59 here, back to mare's grade. She's in the race. I don't want to back her as favourite, especially dropping back 100 metres as well. I think that was probably her race the other day, and with the 59, certainly competitive, but not a better price. Then you've got the horses who all ran on the same day in the mare's race, Sweet Scandal, Irathea and Dyslexic, and plenty of others too, but they appear to be the main 3. I actually lean to Dyslexic, who I think the way the map might set up here could be ridden a bit more forward, be fairly handy with a trail. And with a back to a handicap, because that was set weights last time, she's actually the one who's best treated here. And I've got a slight top pick in the race, and we're going to get around the $9 mark, which I think is acceptable. Won't be a huge bet, because it's a very open. It's a pretty open. I've got, look, to give you an example, I've got a mark about 650 top pick, so it's it's that kind of race, but she's probably worth a bet at $9 or better. Delectation Girl, she trialled really well, and she'd been running in the really good mares races before her freshen up, like the Coolmore and the Coolmore Legacy and those sort of races. Very nice trial since. Just to racing style dictates that she gets back. I suppose with Hugh Bowman on and drawn middle, they might try and ride her a bit closer. She's a chance, but I think the market's found her as well. At this stage, as I said, pretty open, but Dyslexic. James P. Innes on it, who on the Doncaster, of course, but hasn't ridden many winners of late apart from that. And I reckon that might just hold their price up, because if they get their tactics right here, it should just fall in the right spot and give Jimmy a great chance to ride another big race winner.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Sounds like a good one at decent odds. So, across the couple of days, looks like a fair few, even just in the races we've looked at, looks like a fair few opportunities.
Yes, that's right. Well, apart from that Guineas, the small field, at this stage I've got an interest in each of the other 4 races, and it just depends how the markets fall over the next 24, 48 hours, but we'll, there do look to be some opportunities.
No worries. We're at Scone tomorrow, and Rosehill Saturday, also Kembla on Saturday, I think. Yep,
I'll be having a look at the Kembla card tomorrow, or at least the bulk of the races, and hopefully find a bet or two there as well.
Good stuff. All right, thanks for that, Mark. We'll catch up again early next week and see how it all went.
Excellent. I'll talk to you then.
Beautiful. Cheers.